Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with a very, very special guest. I am incredibly excited to talk about all the crazy stuff that this man has gone through left to right. Some people call him the king of the horses. We know him for the millions of belts that he's owned all across wrestling platforms left and right. The man, the myth, the whole lot of dude. Crash Jaxon, everybody.
Crash
Round of
Jaxon.
applause for Crash.
Not no Crash
Jaxon.
Bandicoot, bitch. No, please stop. This ain't no Crash.
Keep going. Keep going.
Let's go.
No, thanks for having me, guys.
Dude, how was your travels? How are you? And what the fuck happened to your arm, dude?
Well, travel always sucks, no matter how short it is.
Okay.
You know, traffic. You know, people can't fucking drive.
Yeah, you walked into a little bump, Ken, here.
Other than that, I am slowly getting a little better. I broke my fucking arm, both bones in my forearm. Yep, and then I was in a cast for 7.5 weeks, and it did not heal correctly.
So they have to
So
break
now
it again?
I have to get surgery. Yeah.
God damn.
So they have to go in there, big incision here, big incision there, and
The poor tattoos.
re-break it.
The poor tattoos.
you know, I need my arm fixed. Like, look at this motherfucker. It's got a bend in my forearm.
Oh, that's kind of dope. Does it hurt?
All the time.
My dick does.
All the
It
time.
hurts all the time. And like, I can only turn my hand this far.
Good God. So I'd imagine that happened during wrestling, right?
Yes. I was in Iowa at the Wrestling Revolver, and it happened on something that I've done like a million fucking times. Something you learn how to do in the first few months of learning how to wrestle.
Okay.
And you know, it's never any of the dumb shit that we do that we get hurt on. It's always just the simplest stuff. Like, oh man, it's stupid. I was going over the top rope on a low bridge, and that's where someone pulls the top rope to like, oh, you fall out of the ring.
Okay.
Somehow my left arm got hooked over the top rope, and it made me over rotate, and I ended up landing like belly down on the ground. Luckily, they had padding, or it would have probably been way fucking worse. And my arm was under me like this.
That's just a whole lot of dude landing on an arm.
Yeah, at the
brother.
time I was like 340. I was 340 pounds.
Yeah,
So
a whole lot of
falling from probably 8 feet
Uh-huh.
down on my arm. I felt it pop,
That poor
and I immediately
arm.
knew something was fucking wrong with it.
That poor arm.
I was going to try to finish the match, but I couldn't make a fist with my hand. I was like, nope, that ain't happening.
Are the officiants pretty good at noticing when you guys are in real pain or like actually hurt?
Usually, I was there. There was 3 other people in the match. It was a fatal 4-way match that I was in. It was me, Zachary Wentz, Masha Slamovich, and Alan Angels.
Okay.
So like on paper and like what we like figured out and stuff, the match was gonna be super fucking dope, and I had high hopes that it could have been maybe match of the night.
Okay.
That would, with the way everything was going, and I felt really fucking good, and then that happened. And that was like 2 minutes into the match.
Oh, that was early?
It was early.
No.
Early into the match. And after that, I was supposed to have like an elongated sequence of me just kicking everyone's ass because I was
Right.
the biggest dude in the match.
Right.
And a lot of my offense is grabbing, throwing, you know, and just big boy shit.
Not a high flyer.
And I can do
little jumpy?
I can do a little bit. You know, if you go check my Instagram, there's some me going over the top rope successfully, landing on a bunch of people.
340 going over the rope at
Yup,
you. I'm screaming
yup.
and running, dude.
Yup. And you know, the shit just fucking happens. And our ref.
So did you just tell the ref like, hey, I can't?
Yeah, pretty much.
You're just holding.
I got seated and I was leaned up against the barricade, and like there were fans of the front row. Crash, come on, get back in there. And there was some fans who were like, Crash, are you okay? Like they noticed.
Yeah.
They noticed that I was actually hurting. And then I was like trying to like get the ref's attention. I finally got it. I was like, Cat, I'm fucking hurt. I can't. No. I was like, like trying to like low key throw up the X to her or whatever. She eventually like noticed it, but she also has to like pay attention to the 3 other people that was in the ring. But like they got it situated. She was able to communicate it to everyone else in the match that I was hurt, because I didn't want to just like dip.
Yeah.
And everyone be like, oh, where's Crash?
Right.
You know, I would at least want them to know that I'm hurt, and then they're all professionals. All of them wrestle on TV.
Right.
So they know how to like improvise and work on the fly like that.
Yeah.
So pretty great, but you know,
Is that the worst injury that you've had wrestling?
Surprisingly, yeah. From I've been wrestling 10 years, and then I played football for 12, and this is the worst injury I've had. So
holy shit!
So like 22 years of my life, I've been
You've been pretty lucky.
Been really fucking
straight up
lucky.
athlete.
So, yeah,
and that's the only thing you got. I mean, it's not small, but that's the only thing that had happened to you. That's crazy.
As far as like major injuries, I've broken a couple fingers and broke my nose a couple times, but there's not really much you can do for that.
You just gotta keep winding along there.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah.
I want to break the stigma real quick because I know in this situation. Shout out Graham. Graham hooked up for this interview. Shout out Graham. Fuck you. And Graham was like, you shouldn't ask all the cliche wrestling questions that you might ask. And I was like, okay, well, I'll think of some really smart stuff. So I want to ask you a really smart question, okay? That maybe nobody has asked you before.
Okay.
Is wrestling fake?
Oh, man. I would.
Don't do it to me.
You can't really say that it's fake. Predetermined is the best thing to put it. You gotta. It's entertainment. It's physical entertainment. So you got to think about it like if you're going to the movies to watch Marvel, like Captain America or Iron Man or something.
New Marvel movie
Captain America. Yeah, shout out to the Marvels. I'm gonna go watch that. But like fucking Captain America isn't an actual person. He's not slinging that shield and it bouncing around. And Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr. didn't build a suit that he can fly around on.
Right.
They didn't time travel.
That's a good,
you know.
okay.
So it's entertainment, and I think people who say it's fake that like just devalues what we do as a profession.
Yeah,
and that's the reason why like wrestlers get heated about it, because it's very real. Like the bruises and the aches and pains that I have is very fucking real.
Yeah, and I imagine in the world, because we saw you, me and Taylor, we saw you wrestle in Fremont. It was really cool to meet you then and see you perform.
First time I had seen any wrestling event, and it was a great time. I was
Loved
blown away by how much fun I had that night.
Hell yeah.
He was locked in. It was really cool to see that. And we didn't realize
they
at the
tricked
same
me
time.
into going.
Huh?
I didn't even know we were going. I thought we were just going to dinner, and you tricked me.
I forgot about that. We went to dinner across the street, and me and Graham were like, okay, so when are we going to tell Taylor that he's going to a wrestling event? And we're like, let's just go out, let's head to the car. And then we turned across the street. Taylor's like, where are we going? I was like, we're just going over here to the Strand real quick.
Yeah.
And then we walk in, it's a whole wrestling thing. And Taylor's like, what the fuck is happening? And I was like, oh, you're going to your first wrestling event. And I was like, what? Oh, I guess so. Why not?
He's like, Eddie's waiting for me.
I love hearing people's like thoughts and reactions after they've been to their first ever wrestling show.
It's really great.
Because like it's a lot of the times like I'll have fans come to me, oh, this is my first time here. I'm like, are you joining? Oh, I fucking love it. Like this is fantastic. Whether they're kids or old people, you know, like there's nothing like it. It's hard to really explain, especially whenever you like just give yourself up and you just get sucked into the action and the storytelling of what's going on, you know? Just like whenever you watch movies or TV shows, you get attached to characters, you relate to them and stuff like that. The guy that you're supposed to be cheering for, he's getting beat up because the bad guy's cheating and doing all this stuff. You get mad. You're upset, like he's not following the rules.
Emotions, yeah.
And then you're like, motherfucker, get up, come on, you know, like kick his ass, ref. Yep. You gotta pay more attention, like all this other stuff.
I was surprised how quick
he
I
started
chose
heckling
sides.
and everything too.
I chose sides fast. I was like, oh fuck that guy, no.
Yeah, no,
I chose sides fast.
It's a cool part. I just got my wife into wrestling actually, and it was awesome. She says like the soap operas for her because she loves the drama. Like every Monday and Friday we watch it and everything. And so getting her involved, like letting my guard down as an adult and being like, okay, I can enjoy wrestling actually instead of being like, oh, this shit's fake, fuck this. I actually enjoy it again because I liked it as a kid, went from nothing, and then I went and now I'm fucking all into it. His first event actually almost was a GCW event.
Oh, okay.
He would have been.
Those are wild.
He would have.
Those are wild.
Interesting time there. That would have been. You would have saw 3 death matches on that one, and you would have been interested to say the least.
Yeah,
death matches are a interesting thing.
You have any ambition to do any death matches? And I guess before we get into that, to explain what a death match is to these guys.
Yeah.
It's fucking madness.
So the best way to describe what a death match is, it's basically a hardcore. It's a hardcore match, but like it's more than just tables, ladders, chairs. There's glass. There's light tubes. Basically, anything that you could probably think of to conceive to make a weapon.
Sometimes a pizza cutter.
Pizza cutters. I've seen wiffle ball bats with thumbtacks taped around them.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Spider web trampoline with, like, in the trampoline part is barbed wire. Yeah. And there's like a whole lot to it, and like that's like a whole like interior niche inside of wrestling. And I used to be like, oh fuck deathmatch wrestling, but like the more I have watched it, and like if you watch the right people that know how to like also tell a story with their wrestling inside of a deathmatch, just like regular wrestling, like you have a greater appreciation for it. So
it's just not blood and gore. You also have the theater and that's what he loves about it. Is the theater. He's a massive theater geek. So having theater involved in that is
huge
a really
Shakespeare
nice
guy.
You train with one of the best deathmatch wrestlers, don't you, Alex?
I've not actually trained with Alex, but I've wrestled Alex in like regular matches a couple of times.
Dude, fuck.
But I did train with Sammy Callahan.
Yeah, shout out Sammy.
Yeah, shout out Sammy.
Sammy's a maniac.
He's done his fair share of death matches and stuff. Honestly, I don't think I ever would unless, the dollar amount is correct.
You're about to be.
Because
you're about to be spilling.
I've heard some like stories of guys like they go and do death matches, but then they have to go to the hospital and like they got paid really well, but the hospital bill just was like double what they got paid, or something like that.
Jeez.
So
do a death match
that's not every single time, but that's just some things that I have heard from just like people like in the past and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, and it's cool for me as having a wrestler on because we could small talk all the wrestling like beginning parts because these two next to me don't know much about wrestling. So I kind of want to throw it at them, and I want to see what questions do you have as you have a professional wrestler sitting in front of you.
I mean, I don't know. I just want to see him like slam Taylor. Honestly,
You just want to see the physicality?
I want to
Are
see.
you
him,
right-handed or left-handed?
Right-handed.
So you
hand.
still are dominant.
So he could like
What
choke
it-
slam Taylor.
What are the odds you send a chop to Fairy Tale
No.
in this episode?
I'm not getting chopped. You chopped
Only
Travis.
if he.
I don't even know what a chop is.
Cool with
Only if
it.
he consents it.
If,
I don't even know what a chop is.
Do you get
I'm gonna go ahead and tell you you don't want it.
I appreciate that.
It's you just whop right there. It's like the 5-star to the stomach, but they're shining up your chest.
Oh.
You know who Ric Flair is, yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever he chops like he takes his palm and hits someone on the chest. Woo, that thing. Yeah, my chops aren't like that.
Yeah, you
My
got some paws.
my chops, you get my whole hand and forearm all the way
meaty-ass
across your
hand.
chest. Japanese style.
Is that where you get your wrestling from? Japanese? Is that,
It's very heavily influenced from like Japanese wrestling. Takeshi Morishima is one that I've studied a lot. Samoa Joe, I've studied him a
Love
lot.
Samoa Joe.
there
He was
you go.
badass.
You know Samoa.
Yeah,
there you
Samoa
go.
Joe's the man. Speaking
I
of
like
Samoa Joe,
Rikishi.
Rikishi was the man too.
I remember him.
Or
did
he
the
still
dance.
is the man. Like I'm talking like he's not around anymore. He's still around.
What you were talking about Samoa Joe? You said something right there.
Oh, he was someone that I've like studied a lot too, and just like trying to not like copy what they're doing, but take inspiration from and try to twist it to make it my own. Because
Is that what you would say would be your number one inspiration?
I would say probably Takeshi Morishima would probably be my number one inspiration as far as like who I take from and twist it to try to make it my own. 100% for sure.
The way that these people wrestled is very, very physical. It's like the show and everything, how you punch and you don't know if you're punching and everything. The people that he trained, they're not trained, but he took power from and made it into his own. They don't play around that bullshit. They'll hit you like a mug.
In Japan, they treat it like we treat like basketball and football and stuff like that.
Oh, so like they're actually punching and
So
It's not. Yeah. Go ahead.
you work it, so like you're still making contact, but you're hitting in safe places.
okay.
Now, and each person is different. I like to work a little bit snugger of a style. Like I don't want you to fucking kill me and like knock me the fuck out, but like it's hard for me to really sell like what you're giving to me if you're like super light with it. If it was supposed to have been something that's like real big, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Big old Superman punch. And you
Okay.
just get a little.
Yeah, if I just get a little tap, I'm like, what the fuck was that?
So
You know?
when you wrestle, do you have weight classes or do you just wrestle everybody?
I wrestle everyone. There are some places that kind of do weight class stuff, but that's usually only for like cruiserweights or people that are under like 200, 205 pounds.
Okay.
But like for the most part, it's not very often because, you know,
Have you
everybody
done
wrestles everybody.
A Royal Rumble?
Oh, I lost count how many of those I've done.
Bro, that's so
Done so many.
It's so badass.
always
So
wanted to
many.
see a Royal
And
Rumble,
a
man.
lot of wrestlers hate doing like battle royals and rumbles.
Why?
Why is that?
Just because it can very quickly and easily turn into a clusterfuck.
You got 30 bodies in there, 20 bodies in there, all working in the same spot. You kind of
Yep.
just looking around like, who
And
the fuck
some-
am I supposed to work on right
And
now?
some people like to get in there and like there are like multiple people in the middle of the ring, and if someone's trying to like do a move or run a spot, and people just try to do too much, you know, like if you're doing a rumble, if there's like a rumble style, like two people start, and then every like 30 or 60 or 90 or however long they do it for, whenever the next person comes in, traditionally we usually will, that person comes in and kind of shines up, they hit some cool shit, whatever,
Okay.
get the crowd popping,
Yeah.
and then let me go try to eliminate this guy after that, and then it kind of dies down until the next person, and then the next person, and like that's everyone's like moment to like show off their shit,
Yeah.
if that makes any sense,
right,
like
yeah, yeah.
shine up.
I got
Yeah.
you. Like just because like they're coming out at that specific time, so they're like, I'm gonna hit some crazy shit or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
I
get
got
highlighted
you.
hot
for a
for
little
like
bit.
10 seconds, and then
Yeah.
they just kind of mesh in with
Okay.
everybody else. I feel like I want to be a fucking wrestler, bro, but I don't know if I could take that physicality for real.
No.
You guys, I've learned from Graham, your neck's got to be real strong.
Yeah,
I don't got a strong neck like
look
that.
at my I got a thick ass neck.
You got that thickum. You just got a whole lot of thickum, dude.
I barely got a neck.
My boy Crash McThickums, you know what I'm saying?
Graham was like, I'm
That's a
gonna
t-shirt right there. Crash McThickums.
crash McThick. Hey, make the design. We got it.
I fuck with it.
Yeah, go ahead, Code Ray.
So what made you get into wrestling? Like, I'm guessing you were a fan before.
Oh
you
yeah,
were-
obviously.
Like, what led up to your first match? Like, did somebody like recruit you, say like, "Hey, you'd be really good," or is it like something you sought, like you tried to do? Like, I want to be a wrestler.
So back in the day, like a lot of the times, and the only reason I know this is from like watching interviews and stories from like people who wrestled in like the 70s and 80s and like 90s and shit, because that's whenever wrestling is way more difficult to get into.
Right.
So like people sometimes like with Sting and the Ultimate Warrior, whenever they got discovered to wrestle, they were bodybuilders working out in a gym, and a wrestler that was working out at the same gym just saw them and like saw how great shape and how fucking jacked they
Yeah,
were. They were
Ultimate
like,
Warrior
"Hey
was
man,
yoked.
yeah." So they was like, "Hey man,
Physique,
you
baby.
guys interested in like maybe becoming professional wrestlers or whatever?" And like that's how it happened for them. But like nowadays, it's usually like, I want to be a wrestler, and then you go to a wrestling school, and then like you
there's
pay to
schools?
yeah.
You
Yeah.
have
Kinda
to
cool.
like.
In-
So you went to a wrestling school?
Actually, no.
Oh, so you didn't-
So
you weren't in a school?
So whenever I first started, I'm originally from Eastern Kentucky, very small town, Syersville, the 606.
Shout out.
Shout out. I went to high school with a guy. I went to college to play football, small school, whatever. I wasn't playing football anymore. I needed like something of an outlet. And the first thing I ever wanted to do whenever I was younger was be a professional wrestler. And then it went to trying to go pro to play football. So I wasn't playing football anymore. I'm like, let's see if I can figure out how to get into wrestling. And at the time, I didn't know OVW was still around, because like Louisville was like 2.5 hours from my hometown.
Ohio Valley Wrestling.
Ohio Valley Wrestling. They just had a documentary air on Netflix called Wrestlers. It's actually pretty fucking good. And
it was cool.
I know like most of the people on there.
Hell yeah.
So it was pretty cool getting to see the homies do that. But a buddy of mine that I went to high school with and known for like 20 years, he was wrestling at this local place like 15 minutes away from my hometown. And I I was like, hey man, like how do I get into this? Because like I want to do this. And he's like, hey, come with me to the next show. I'll introduce you to everyone, and then we'll kind of go from there. I was like, okay, sweet. So the first ever wrestling show I saw live was that show.
Nice. What year is this?
2013.
Okay.
Yeah, 2013. And then about a month later, I started coming to shows early, help setting up the ring, and then like getting trained by the veterans, whoever booked on that show.
Right.
Like that. So like I didn't actually like go to a wrestling school whenever I first started. No, that I did after I moved to Ohio though. I basically had to like get retrained and relearn some things and try to like unlearn some bad habits that I picked up. Because no offense to the guys that I was first learning from, but like they shouldn't be training anyone. You know,
Right.
and there's a lot of that in indie wrestling, like people that shouldn't be training people, and they're just doing it and taking people's money, and it's fucking ridiculous.
Ooh,
it's fucking ridiculous.
Do you need like a license to
In some states,
to become a wrestler?
in some states you do. In Kentucky, you have to get a license, and you can't get a license and start training until you're 18.
Okay.
In Kentucky.
What's the process to get a license to train wrestling?
So like there's like they have like a wrestling and boxing commission, like they're to kind of regulate stuff so people just don't be running events and going whatever,
Yeah.
going crazy with it. So you just like send in like your application with like you go get a physical and you send that in and you pay. Whenever I first started, it was like $20. And in Kentucky, it's good for a calendar year, and then you have to redo it. But you don't have to keep redoing like the physical
Right.
that
Right.
you go to the doctor for. But like Missouri, theirs is good for like, I think it's like even years
Okay.
or whatever or something like
yeah,
that.
okay, yeah,
Which
yeah.
is
So, like, every
pretty
other
sweet.
year?
Every other year or something like that.
Nice.
And then I don't know the process because like Louisiana has one and there's a few others, but like I've not wrestled in Louisiana or some of the other places. So
yeah. What is the best? What is your favorite spot to wrestle? Because I'm sure you've done your fair share of traveling.
fuck man, the fans in like different places like are. The fans in like Iowa are different than the fans in like Dayton, but they're also different from the fans in Chicago, and they're different from the fans in like Rhode Island and like Jersey and stuff. And like, they're all great, like, but like it's hard to say.
But you gotta pick the best. You can
the
compliment
best?
everybody, but who is the actual best?
For me personally, top two is Dayton.
You holding up
Dayton,
Ohio? Okay.
Dayton, Ohio, and Des Moines, Iowa.
Des Moines, Iowa.
That's where Wrestling Revolver is based out of.
Really? Okay.
They go back and forth running shows there, and then
Heard of that.
they have they like kind of do like spot shows in other places. And like in like 2 weeks, they're going to L.A.
Damn.
And Ronda Rousey is making her like her. I think it might be her independent wrestling debut.
I think she is, which is fucking wild. to me.
I think it's fucking crazy that she's like at a place that like I work at. It sucks I'm not gonna be there, but you know.
That blew me away too, because as a big WWE AEW person, she retired, quote unquote, like she was done. It was on the news or whatever. It was like, oh, she's done with UFC, she's done with WWE, whatever. And then out of nowhere, she pulls up a Revolver, and I was like, Revolver?
Yeah.
I was like, it's Revolver. And I am ignorant when it comes to the knowledge of how big Revolver is. And I wish I was bigger in that because Grant works so much into it. And I keep seeing all these big wrestling names go through Revolver. Is Revolver that big to where like you could pull like a Ronda and like
I think so.
Moxley and you can pull these big names in the wrestling industry?
Well, it helps with like Moxley that him and Sammy are like best friends, and like they
I had no idea.
and they like used to tag together a lot whenever they were first like coming up as the Switchblades.
Okay, I knew that he was from Ohio because he's a big Bengals fan. Shout out Bengals, who day. And I didn't know that he and them were together. That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Shit. So in traveling in there, we can get into the nitty gritty of it though. What's the worst place you've been to?
The worst.
What's the worst place? What's the place you went to and you're like, man, I don't think I want to come back here. Whether it's fans, whether it's environment, whatever.
I can't remember the name of the town, but it was somewhere in Tennessee, and I went there once, and I don't ever want to go back there.
What happened?
Just I don't know. The fans were just not good. They were it's really hard to explain.
Right.
It's like we're like busting our ass and like killing ourselves, and they weren't giving us anything. And it's not like we weren't interacting with them. And sometimes just some people was like, oh, we're just gonna do this, and like they
Just
don't
stare
and
at the
they don't
person.
give a fuck about what's going on. I'm like, why are you even here?
Right.
I would rather wrestle in front of 3 people that give a fuck than like 100 that don't. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's crazy how much fan interaction implements how good that show is going to be. I was at SummerSlam and I went there and watched it, and I'm
In
on
Nashville?
Twitter. No, in Ohio. Or no, it was in Michigan. We went to I think it was Michigan.
Detroit?
Yeah.
Oh,
I went to
okay.
Detroit for this year's SummerSlam. Went there, and I'm on social media while it's going on because I want to see what's happening on that as well.
Yep.
And everybody's just talking about how the crowd's dead and how it sucks. And I'm screaming my ass off trying to get my section to go. And there's so many people that are just there's nothing. Like Ronda's match, the last match that she had in WWE. It's fucking silent. There's people chanting like next match, like this sucks, whatever. There's no energy, and then the energy died the rest of the night. And you got everybody on social media was like, you can tell that it sucked. Like not the wrestling, but the event itself sucked because the fans were not participating. Yeah. I was like, it's crazy to me how
It's interactive
important
theater,
that
man.
is.
It's interactive theater because like we feed off that energy. And if I go and do this cool ass dive or hit this super sweet move or if someone's like doing a comedy bit or whatever and they do something that's fucking hilarious and the crowd's not like getting into it, it's like, oh, fuck. It just sucks the air out of everything. You lose like the motivation and like the adrenaline drops real fucking quick.
Right.
Like that.
Just like a comedian playing to a crowd that's not laughing.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
bombing in front of everybody. That's
And like the
energy.
jokes might be good jokes, but like that crowd just might be just fucking shitheads.
Yeah.
It happens,
A couple
you know.
of those, yeah.
Have you been? Where's the best place you've been to that has the best food?
The best food.
He's a big. I know he's skinny.
Ooh.
I know he's real skinny, but that's a fat dude over there.
Oh no, that don't mean nothing.
It's a fat dude.
My buddy Damian Chambers, he's a big foodie. He can out eat me, and he's like 180 pounds.
Oh, bro, I
Like
am
he can out eat me like
foodie.
crazy.
He's like 130, and he might put you up at the
One
top.
he
forty.
probably could.
140.
You know?
Put some respect on my name.
You know,
Gain-
that's a fucking skill. I mean, look at what's Joey Chestnut.
the Glizzy King.
Dog, I couldn't eat that many hot dogs.
That makes
Fuck.
me nauseous.
That's
watching
crazy.
Him. Like halfway through the match, through his round, I'm like, I gotta turn this off.
Goosebumps.
But like best food, I'm gonna probably have to say Des Moines, Iowa, again.
Des Moines, Iowa. Fuck,
I like
dude.
it. I need to go to fucking Iowa.
Des Moines and Clive area. There's this place, this taco place.
Love that.
Love it. There's this taco place in Des Moines. Then they have 3 locations, but it's only in Des Moines, and they have like the best fucking tacos I've ever had.
I've heard of Des Moines. What else is in Des Moines?
Um,
I feel like there's something else that it's famous for as well, isn't there?
He's been trying to figure this out since you
cap-
said it. I heard him
He's
on the
like-
side, and he goes, "I know Des Moines. Why do I know
where
Des
the
Moines?"
fuck's Des
I think
Moines?
it's the capital, isn't it?
I've been there like dozens of times, and I couldn't tell you.
Okay, then
I don't even know how to spell.
I'm gonna double it
You don't
back
even
to
know how to
you.
spell it. How do you spell Des Moines?
DES, if that would.
Yeah,
Des
there's an
Des
S in there
Moines.
somewhere.
That's a pretty big city.
He goes, "How
Yeah.
the fuck you spell this?"
I'll
shit, bro?"
double back with you. What's the worst food in the worst?
It is the
place?
capital city.
Oh shit! There you go. Worst food.
I feel like it's kind of a dumb question because no matter where you go, you can always find some odd.
There's always hidden gems everywhere
Yeah.
you go.
That's what I like is the hidden gems.
Definitely. Probably the worst place that I've gotten food was in Tennessee.
Really?
Yeah, but like so it was late and like none of like those like those mom and pop like those
Yeah.
like secret spots weren't
Right.
open because the show ran way too fucking long. People need to stick to the goddamn times.
Oh my God, you had a
I have-
terrible show, and it
Terrible
went
crowd,
too late. Oh
and
my
the
God.
fucking food wasn't good.
I was just happy that my envelope had the correct amount of money in it, or I was going to steal something.
This chair is
Out
coming
carrying a
with me.
stage.
No, fuck that. I'm stealing a turnbuckle. Good luck running a show.
You walk
You
out
have
with
to
the
go
whole
order a
tight
new one from
top
High
rope.
Spots.
Just steal the whole
Give me
top
give me
rope.
the fucking turnbuckle pads.
Turnbuckle pads.
You're having hardcore matches for the rest of the fucking time.
Yep. Exposed turnbuckles all the way.
Oh my god, that would hurt so bad.
Yeah. So Tennessee really be letting you down? That's unbelievable.
Well, it was so there's a lot of really good wrestling in Tennessee, but it was just like at that point in time in that small ass town that I was in, it was just a bad experience. But like I could go back to Tennessee and have a good experience, and that could change my mind, you know?
I've only been there once,
Like 2 or 3 times.
and it's just been misses every time.
The best one I had
It
was
was mid.
I went to Nashville for SummerSlam last year.
Okay.
That was fucking dope. 'Cause
That was
I wrestled.
awesome.
I wrestled at for Black Label Pro. It was what's the fucking Starcast?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I
yeah.
wrestled on Starcast, which was fucking sick.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And so like I only had the one booking that weekend. I had a couple buddies come down with me. We're like, y'all want to go to SummerSlam and then just get fucked up and hang out in
yeah.
Nashville all weekend? They were like, fuck yeah, let's do it.
Hell yeah.
So we got tickets to go to fucking SummerSlam. So we got to see Brock with the fucking tractor.
Right.
That was fucking amazing seeing that in person.
That
like
was weird, dude. That was weird watching it on TV. I'm
it
like,
was
what the
so
fuck
it
is
was
happening?
sick. It was awesome. I loved it.
Tractor?
He drove down the entrance ramp in a goddamn tractor,
Yep.
stopped it at the beginning of the ring, and then as the match was going on, he got in the tractor and picked up the fucking ring with the tractor,
Like-
and had Roman Reigns falling down the ring
Yeah.
and fell
Like
off.
on Titanic?
Yeah, it was
Kinda.
literally like,
He grew up, picked it up
Went
in like
boom
one
against the
corner, and it was
turnbuckle.
just all
So
It was
badass.
like the coolest thing ever because like the ring is the stage, and so like fans don't like see it unless
Yeah.
it's done up.
Yeah.
with like
Yeah.
the aprons and everything like that, and the logos all over
Right.
everything. So like that kind of showed like a whole nother like level and like
behind the curtain. Kind
yeah,
of deal
a
of
little
it.
bit, but like in a good way. And seeing like, oh fuck, oh, what's under there? Oh, it's fucking metal. Oh shit. Yeah,
that hurts.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I'd
not.
imagine.
It's not a fucking trampoline.
Yeah, no, that.
No
that,
lie, I used to always think that it was a trampoline.
It's not.
Okay.
It is not.
Funny. The cool part
But
was
that's
too in
what
that
I used
match.
to
He
think.
left it up the whole time. Like he didn't bring it. Like it was just
Oh.
there, dude. Like it was just sitting.
That was the main. So like they left it.
Yeah,
they left it like
the whole
that.
match
Cool.
ended, and like the end of it was like burying stuff on Brock and whatever and all this. But like at the end of it, you just watch this like mess, and you're like, "What the fuck happened here, dude?" It was wild to see.
It looked like a fucking war happened
Man,
inside the barricades, and it was awesome.
that's pretty
What's
cool.
your favorite match that you've seen in person?
In person, oh,
So like ones that you worked, ones that you've attended, and everything. What's the wildest, best match that you've seen?
one of my all-time favorite matches that I have worked was my singles match at Wrestling Revolver with Steve Macklin for the World Championship. That's a match that I got through the curtain, and like I actually almost like started crying because of how proud of the match that I was, with all the
Fuck
emotion
yeah. That's
and like
awesome.
physicality and like the storytelling behind the match. Like I was
Was it
really
good build
fucking
up?
dude. It was because so like I went I was on a win streak, and also like accidentally I'd went like 4 years in Wrestling Revolver and didn't lose. Like I didn't get pinned or submitted. There was matches I didn't win, but I wasn't the one like taking the pinfall. So like technically I was
never
undefeated.
lost.
Never
I
been
never
taken
yeah.
down. Okay.
And so then I was hitting like a real good groove and winning a bunch of matches in a row. And then like whenever people see me hit my pop-up power bomb, they know that's the fucking finish.
Yeah.
They know that's done, you know. And then Steve Macklin was the first person to kick out of it.
Oh,
And so like the story behind that was just I'm getting fucking chills just talking
I
about
can
it.
see.
dog.
I can see that
Dude.
hair
The hair's
moving.
sticking up.
Dude, whenever the story is good and like you You feel it. It's fucking good.
I'd imagine being a wrestler involved in that, as like, because watching it as a fan is something different because you're so in tune, you're so dedicated to the story. But being involved in that story as a half of it has to be just an otherworld feeling.
Dog, it was nuts. I got like a standing ovation like after like I was leaving.
Is that where you let them works go, dude? Did you let a tear or two?
I was able to hold it in, but you know, it was just fucking cool. You know,
That's awesome.
It's really hard to really explain like that high that you get from performing in front of the crowd, and then the crowd reciprocates and like lets you know like how good the match was by doing things like that.
Were you the face?
Yeah.
Oh,
But like Macklin was kind of like a tweener at the time. He's full blown heel now, but he was like a tweener, kind of stone cold ish at the time.
And the face lost. So once the face lost, everybody, and the face is a good guy. If you guys aren't aware, the heel is bad, face is good. Face dude loses.
Well, also like another layer to that story, that Dayton crowd for Rockstar Pro used to be a weekly wrestling event that happened every Wednesday night in Dayton, Ohio.
Okay.
And whenever I moved up to Dayton and started training and like working on those shows, a lot of the fans that come to Revolver also went to those. So they've seen me grow up and change over these last 5.5 years that I've been living in Ohio.
It was like a home show kind of deal.
Yeah. So like Dayton, Ohio is my second home. Like it's got a special place in my heart for that. And so like that type of stuff, and them seeing the progression and seeing the level that I'm going up to they watched me grow up in the ring. And they've done that with like a lot of people that's came up through, and a lot of them has like gone on to like WWE, Impact Wrestling, done like stuff with New Japan and stuff like that. So it's pretty sick.
TNA,
It's
TNA.
January. It's TNA.
January.
Yep.
Total nonstop action.
Dude, they announced that shit back again on there. I don't watch it anymore like I used to, but I saw the announcement of it, and I was like, man, I feel like a fucking kid again, dude. This is great.
Wait, that means total nonstop.
Total
action?
nonstop
Yes,
action.
sir.
Oh,
TNA.
I never knew what that was supposed to mean.
Are you on the road like a lot then throughout the year?
Yeah, a lot.
How many days are you gone from your home? Without your arm, of course.
It kind of depends if I'm able to like secure enough bookings in a weekend. Sometimes it's like one day, but then other times it's like a week at a time.
So 365, what would you say?
That's hard to say. Probably usually anywhere from like 2 to 3 bookings a weekend for the most part. Give or take maybe like 3 or 4 weekends where I don't have anything, where I just like rest. Whoever can do that fucking math in their head.
Math of it?
Yeah, I can't do that off the top of my
probably
head.
be
It
around
seems like
150.
3 days a week minus 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot of travel.
192.
That's ridiculous. That's
Round up to 200.
And sometimes I travel and I go to shows that I'm not even wrestling on. Because I'm trying to network and like, you know, have FaceTime with like the promoters or the bookers and stuff like that. Or like I've been to Impact tapings like dozens of times just to try to get my foot in the door or anything like that.
Have you been on yet?
Not recently, but I have like done some stuff with Impact in the past.
That's good. That's good. I want to see this dude grow, bro. I want to see this dude get on Impact and hold a belt. Fuck getting on Impact, dude. I'm sorry, TNA by the time he gets on there.
Yeah.
Hold a TNA championship, dude.
That'd be fucking sick.
I'm looking for it. What is your, if you were to hit Mount Rushmore on your peak goal, where you want to land, what title you want to hold, what is that? I know is Sammy still a free agent?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, like, Sammy's got to pick all these places for all the titles he can go to. Put yourself in that shoe. You're a free agent. Where are you going? What title are you going for?
Honestly, right off the rip, the first thing I think of is New Japan.
Oh, you're going straight New Japan.
New Japan. I'll just love New Japan. Like it's hard to, you know, I just like how like the way everything is like treated over there. and stuff like that.
Much honor and respect
And
from all the fans.
very, very close second. Obviously, like WWE, everyone wants to like go to WWE and be like world heavyweight champion,
Right.
Main event WrestleMania or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah.
Like that's that's like everyone's main goal. And if it's not, you're fucking crazy.
Yeah, okay.
You know?
Yeah. It's getting like 85, 90,000 people per show.
Dog, that honestly, and it's a lot easier to wrestle in front of a bunch of people than it is very few.
I'd imagine so. Like we're about to host our very first stand-up comedy nights. We're hosting them. We're gonna be doing each show. I'm doing the first one. I'm thinking to myself like I'm gonna be in front of. I think it's like right now max is 60 or 70, something like that. And just on the first one, it's gonna be crazy. I feel like if there was 1 billion people in front of me, I was thinking about that earlier today. Actually, I was like, I feel like if I had a lot more people, it wouldn't be as crazy. But
Faces start to blur.
At some point, it becomes, instead of like there's so many people, there's one crowd.
yeah, and it's just a mesh of people.
Yeah.
That's like we had a conversation with AJ Wilkerson, his comedian. He was talking about how he had a group. He did one that was like 11,000 people, and it was just
That's
like
sick.
And I think the room before that was because he was on tour with Burt Kreischer for like a week.
Oh,
or
hell
whatever
yeah.
it was.
That's awesome.
So he did it in front of 500 people was his biggest crowd, and then he went, and the next night it was like 4,000 people in an arena, and he's like, "What the fuck?" And then the next night he went to 11,000, and he's like, it was different to see all these people and like the sounds and everything how that worked, but just in general seeing. You didn't get to see the 500 people in a row in the room, like at the tables. You just saw an arena with just a fucking a flower bed of
sea
heads.
of people.
Just a flower bed
Yeah.
of heads around, and you're like, what the fuck is going on here? But he said it was easier to go through that way than just your standard like one-on-one conversation deal.
Something like that in wrestling, lighting plays a huge thing whenever like wrestling shows like have the lighting to kind of set the mood and the vibe and like the ambiance of like
You
what
guys
their
can't
show's
see
about.
out, can you?
Some shows like they just use like the house lights of like whatever venue we're in. But then places like the Wrestling Revolver, War Wrestling in Lima, Ohio, they shut the house lights off and then they have like these light stands. So then all the light is only focused on the ring. And then also that kind of helps with crowd participation.
Right.
Because then people like, oh, I can act a fool, no one can see me. Type of thing. It's dark.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
So like going back to that fucking Tennessee show, what doesn't make any sense, they had the lighting, all the light was on the ring and it was dark as fuck in the venue. I'm like, why are you guys are y'all finger banging each other in the dark or something? like the lighting and the vibe of that place was like where it should have been, but like the
The
fuck.
That's
hatred
for another day.
on Crash Jaxon right now in Tennessee is real. He's got to set different, bro.
I'm a Kentucky boy. I like Derrick Henry. I'm a Kentucky boy, so like kind of the hate for Tennessee just kind of comes natural. Comes natural.
Okay,
Comes a little natural.
The roots of it. There it is.
Yeah, a little biased a little bit, but whatever.
I hope next time you roll up in Tennessee, a bunch of Tennessee wrestling fans watch this, and then
I hope they do, and they come and talk all kinds of shit.
Out of
but
you.
guess what? They paid tickets to come see me.
Oh, there it is.
And now they're gonna see this and they're like, "Fuck him, I'm not going."
Fuck him, I'm not going.
I'm gonna save my money. I don't even want to watch it. I don't want to finger bang my cousin. Why would I? No, let's. I want to. So in the world of wrestling, there is a statement that wrestling fans can get insane. They can get wild. Wrestling fans are some of the weirdest people, some of the coolest people against some of the weirdest people. Do you have any stories from the road of how odd people can be towards you?
So again, want to preface this that
Tennessee, we get it.
no, not Tennessee. No one bought merch that night, so like I didn't talk to anybody on that show.
Good God.
That was a fucking mess. But like wrestling fans are great, but then also sometimes not so great. But like it's always like it's not as a whole. There's just like this one particular person sucks. That guy's an asshole. Whatever.
Okay.
So like overall, I love wrestling fans. They're very generous. Like they've like helped me out. Like I have a GoFundMe because I couldn't work or wrestle. Mm-hmm. So like people was like donated to that and everything like that. We hit the goal from that.
Oh, shit, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking
so like
that's
that's helped me out a lot over the last couple months since I've been out. But then there's also like the really weird and awkward fans.
Please go into them.
So I was at a show, and it was a meet and greet, and this guy hands me like a flyer or whatever for me to sign it, and I'm like, hey man, you see anything you like on the table? And he's like looking, he was like, man, I ain't got no money, my wife fucking cheated on me last night. And I was like, what? I was like, what? Why are you telling me this? I was like,
I ain't no fucking money. My wife cheated on me.
the only thing I could say was like, that sucks, man. Like, how do you respond to that? He was like, I spent all my money on a hotel room, so I couldn't I only had money to get the tickets to get into the show today. I was like,
Maybe
what
he's
the
trying
fuck?
to guilt you into a free shirt. Maybe that didn't even happen.
Man, his
but
wife
still,
spoiled his shit.
but
That's
still.
the scapegoat for that man.
Yeah.
Still though, like that was just such
Why
like
did
an
it put it
awful.
on you though? Like,
Yeah.
why did it
Why did trauma
know.
jump on you like that?
Dog, I've had since I've broken my arm, I've had so many people like try to like trauma bond with me, and I fucking hate it.
When I broke
like
my arm?
like I appreciate like what the sentiment behind it, but fan A breaking their wrist whenever they were in the 6th grade doesn't compare to me, a grown adult, breaking my arm now because my parents aren't paying for my shit.
Also, you were performing for these people. You didn't break your arm in the fucking recess.
Yeah, you know.
You didn't fall off the twisty slide.
Yeah, like I don't have my parents to lean on to like pay my medical bills and like, you know, pay my rent or whatever. So like I appreciate the sentiment behind the trauma bonding, but it fucking doesn't help make me feel better.
Send them a link to the GoFundMe.
So, what else? Is there any other stories you have that are just out of this world when it comes to on the road with these fans? You ever had somebody try and like jump the barrier or anything like that? Any of that nature?
I almost got in a fight with a fan once down in Hamilton, Ohio.
Nice.
I was just having like, as wrestlers, we get like thick skin, like we callous over time, whether it be our bodies from the physicality of it, and then also like the words of fans.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, I was just being a sensitive little bitch that day, and this one particular fan was on my ass from the rip as soon as I stepped through the fucking curtain. And the so he was on my ass throughout the entire like 10-minute match or however long it was. And then I'm on the outside, like I'm selling or whatever. And then like he's like calling me a pussy and all this stuff. And like that fucking triggered me. And I was
Being
like,
called a pussy?
At that moment in time, that triggered me.
So like the match was over and you're just selling your merch afterwards?
No, I was like selling like what had just happened, and I was on my way to the back.
Okay.
Or whatever. Right. And this fan was like called me a fucking pussy. And I don't know why, because like I've been called way worse things. Mm-hmm. Like unimaginable type shit that I've been called. But
I would love to hear that.
But
shit.
We can't post that on the internet.
No.
But for whatever reason, it just it got me riled the fuck up. And I told him, I said, fuck you, motherfucker. Meet me outside in 5 minutes and I'll beat your ass and I'll show you who's a fucking pussy.
What'd he do? What was
and he was like, come on, man. And he tried to go out back, and then like our like PR person for the company wouldn't let me go fight him. And she was like, no, we can't lose the fucking building. And I was like, you're right. Can we go to like the Taco Bell up the street or something? I was really wanting to beat that dude's ass. And what's fucked up, what I found out later, that guy came to the show with one of the guys that was also wrestling on the show.
Oh, so he's familiar with.
Oh, so he like knew who you were.
Just be a cocksuck.
Yeah, he was just being a fuckhead the entire time.
Oh my god!
Damn, what a dick!
And they kicked him out, which I would much rather have got to like fucking sock him in the mouth at least once. But
and then have him sit through the rest of the show embarrassed.
Yeah,
yeah.
But like that's like the one and only time that I've had a moment like that. I don't know why, but it just fucking
you just.
I saw
red.
Yeah. I saw red, and shout out to fucking Damian Chambers because it was a tag match and he like jumped in. He was like, fuck you. And he was like, he had my back. So I appreciate the fuck out of that.
Shout out, dude.
Shout out Damian for real.
I actually have a question for everybody that somebody sent me that I would love to ask you guys because I thought it was an awesome question.
Oh boy.
Oh, you just whipping this up on the spot. Oh shit! Hold on, wait
Yeah,
a minute.
bro.
Somebody sent a question to Fairy Tale.
Yeah, so you guys all ready?
Yeah.
All right, ready as I will ever be.
Let it rip.
Would you rather find out you bought the winning lottery ticket one draw too early or be in line directly behind the person who ends up winning it?
One draw early.
One draw early.
Because if I have to see that guy,
Because if I see that
acting a
dude, I
fool,
might jump him.
yeah, like I might try to get that ticket.
That's life changing shit.
That is, oh man, I
And
was
I
like,
might
dog,
change
that's
his
such
life.
a good fucking.
I might
Yeah.
change his life for it. You know what I'm saying? It's like that shit gets up in like 100 mil. Like that's generational wealth if you're smart with it.
Yeah, 1000%,
Yeah.
bro.
I'm following them. I can't.
I'm
see
jumping,
them. I
dude.
can't see them.
Like
Yeah, bro, I think the one draw.
I don't want to be around when he finds out that he won.
Yeah, because
Exactly.
if you're at home and you're like, almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shucks.
But if
It's
like
way
if
easier
we're
to walk
like
away with.
in the fucking gas
So I was
station
about
or
to say, you're painting
something,
the picture that you're in there and you're watching it get called and like you're
Yeah.
getting it like 5 minutes prior or some shit.
Unless he was like humble about it.
no, I don't
No,
care.
I guess
I don't care, bro. I don't care. No,
would-
fuck that.
On
Dude,
$1
you could be
million,
down
he
bad.
just bows. Like, what,
He's like, thank you.
What do you mean? How can it be
humble.
humble? I'm not being humble if I win it.
I would try.
But
to
also, I'm gonna try to be like as like inconspicuous as fuck to get
Exactly.
out of
Oh, yeah,
there.
bro. I was
Because
like,
I know there's gonna be someone that has the same idea I have.
Yeah. Oh.
I, listen,
gonna try
I'm
to
not
take
gonna
it.
tell
Look at
nobody
the
I
clerk,
hit.
don't you say
I
no.
mean,
there will
did
be
y'all watch
hints.
that movie? It's like an old movie. Bow Wow. He like won
Yeah.
the lottery. He won a lottery ticket.
And then he lost it.
And then like people started acting different, was like trying to steal it from him, and was like trying to like bum money from him, and all this other shit. Like
I
it's
can't remember the name.
I
of
can't
it.
remember the name of
I
it
think
either.
it's called lottery ticket. Maybe.
Maybe something like that.
Damn. So I'd imagine if you won that shit your whole life.
And like he won it on like a weekend, so like he had to wait till
Yeah.
like Monday to like
so he's
turn it
sitting
in.
on fire from Friday to Monday.
Oh,
Yeah,
bro, I ain't
yeah.
leaving the house with that ticket if I
And
had
it's a
that
whole
shit.
it's a whole like shenanigans type shit. It's crazy. Like there's these like girls that are way out of his league trying to like seduce him and stuff. And just trying to get in on that, trying to get the ticket, not even like get him to give them anything out of it. They're just trying to steal the fucking thing.
See, I ain't even telling my wife I won that shit. I'm gonna be honest. I'm
Oh.
gonna wait till the week until
I
I'm
would
able to
tell
cash
her.
it. So like, hey baby, we're good. But like from Friday to Monday, I'm sitting there just like
yeah, honestly, yeah.
sweating every day. I'm just
Until I'm
sweating.
until I'm walking in there, that's when I would call her and be like, "Hey, our lives are changed forever."
Yeah. I'm not telling a single soul.
Honestly, I wouldn't even walk in there. I would hire an attorney and send the attorney in there to
No,
make it up for me.
you have to go there and like
What?
you have to like go and like turn in the ticket.
You have to hire a police escort.
You
I was gonna
like
say, bro, I
there's
mean,
a
like-
there's a whole like verification process.
Damn, because I'm like, I don't want anybody knowing my identity.
You can pay to have your identity hidden.
yes, yeah,
And
you
it's
can do
funny,
that.
in Japan, I think it is, they have people show up in like full anime costumes and like whole costumes and disguises because they have to get their picture taken. But they get their picture taken with whatever the fuck they wore to go get it.
Yeah.
So they will just hide their identity with ridiculous costumes and shit. It's great.
That's
That's
smart.
crazy.
That's
honestly.
awesome.
That's smart.
crazy. Okay. I'm a big fan of a wrestling podcast I listened to, and there was a road story that I wanted to ask you. If you do have any funny like antics that you do when you're riding with friends and such, because there's one that I heard. I don't know if this is around the wrestling world or not, but it's called the hot seat, where somebody falls asleep in the passenger seat, and then you turn the heat on the seat all the way up. So when they're asleep and they're sitting on the seat,
Start sweating.
no, the heat on your ass will keep going, and you'll have to poop. What? You'll have to poop because there's heat on the seat so bad. It releases your releases your muscles and such. Makes
Relaxes,
you
you
nice and relaxed.
mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
It not releases.
I've
They used to
not-
be pooping
I've
yourself, but it
not had
So
that.
motherfuckers be
them.
shitting themselves in their sleep in the
I've
car.
not had
Yeah.
that.
Well, you don't be shitting. You wake up, 'cause you're like, damn, I gotta poop. Why I gotta poop so bad right now? What the fuck? And then you see the hot seat.
I'd
You're
be-
like, oh my god.
I'd be fighting over that.
Oh, that's
I'd be
yeah.
fighting over
That's
that.
fighting. Well,
That was a
I've not done anything like that.
that was a Team 3D thing.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
That sounded like more like a old school type kind of
Yeah,
like
oh, yeah.
like ribbing type
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
You know.
So it's ridiculous antics going
Yeah,
on.
I would
there.
not
for
be
sure.
happy waking up to the. I have
No,
to
dude.
shit and I didn't turn the seat warmer on.
You
Who
gotta
did it?
shit now, bro.
Yeah, I'm like, pull this car over. I'm going right here.
Nah,
It's
dog.
diabolical. I wish
I
I
would
had
say,
a
bro,
seat
I
warmer.
would double it down on that person. I would be like, you find me the closest bathroom right now, or I'm just dropping shit in here.
He goes, "You did this."
I'd be like, you did this. You're gonna fix it.
Just sliding that bad boy out. You're
I would.
Jeez.
And
oh,
like,
you're going. You're going
dash.
butthole out.
on the dash.
my
On the
God.
dash,
Like,
the floorboard. Oh my
I am-
god.
You know what I'm saying? Like I am like, all right, now hand me the Dunkin' Donut napkins to wipe my ass.
Oh my
Or I
god.
would just clean up and just, like with disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Just.
Oh my God.
The disrespect
You're
is
gonna
in
have
you
to pay.
dropping poops.
You're gonna have to pay extra on that fucking rental fee.
Yeah, you might have to buy that car.
I'd be like, it ain't in my name, bro.
Jeez.
Is there anything that you guys do or anything that you've done
God,
before?
I'm
Is there any
gross.
road games that there is?
A road game that like that Sammy put me on to. I'm not good at it, but it's like the wrestler like name game.
Okay.
And hopefully I don't fuck this up, but it's like you
Sammy, get on his ass. Before you
I probably will fuck this up. And so basically, like you say like a wrestler's name, like Arn Anderson. And so like the next wrestler that you say name also has to start with an A.
Name game.
That's a name game. That's a name game.
Yeah.
That's our
but
drinking game.
But it's strictly for like wrestlers only.
That's hard as fuck.
That's
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you have to do prior? Or is it just you just saying the name, saying the name, saying the name? Is there anything you do in the middle of it?
Just that, just to see.
So,
It's a time.
them our rules.
It's
So
a
the
time
name-
passing
so
thing.
the name game is the exact same rules as you got,
Yeah.
but every time it's your turn, you have to drink until you can think of a name.
Oh,
and
shit.
You don't know how hard that shit is.
we
until you
can't
gotta-
do that because whenever we're traveling like 10 hours,
Yeah, yeah.
we ain't gonna be able to drive.
So then, if you get the like the doubles, like an A and an A,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you just said, it reverses back to that person.
Oh,
Yeah, if you double letter
interesting.
it, yeah, you go back, and then that's where you get hit back and forth like Mickey Mouse.
That's
back to
definitely
you.
not.
Janet
That's definitely not
Jackson.
like a road game. That's something you do whenever you make it to the hotel or something.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, we were playing this in high school. That
the
was
first time I ever
fun.
played that game, I was down the street, having a little party down the street, and there was a fucking whole circle, and the dad there introduced us to this game. We were sitting there fucking playing it, and I thought I would have been great at it. I was thinking
Yeah.
of names while everybody was going around,
Yeah,
whatever.
when it-
I saw the beer up, a blank, absolute fucking
Bro,
blank.
it's
Couldn't
like
think
once
of
you're on the
shit.
spot, you're like,
And I'm drinking. I can't think of anything. I got so fucked up there. All I had to do was walk down the street. I touched the left side of the road and all the way to the right. I was like, woo, 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 woo. I drank probably 6 or 7 beers just on that game alone. It can be the devil to you.
like that
Yeah.
game.
But that's a fun game. That would be fun to pass the time, though. I think
Yeah.
I would play that. It would be fun.
Do you have any childhood stories from before you were a wrestler, like back in the day when you would watch wrestling? Like, do you have anything that? Because when we were younger, something like that happened to us. Like me and my brothers. On Mother's Day, we were outside playing. In the yard.
Yeah.
We were playing. Well, we're not playing. We were wrestling in the yard. And back when it was WWF, so there was 3 of us, and we're all 2.5 years apart. My older brother choke slams my brother, and I'm sure it's not a rehearsed choke slam. It's the first go at this. He choke slams him and breaks his collarbone
Oh shit!
on Mother's Day. So we're like, hush, dude, be quiet. And we kept him quiet for like 4 or 5 hours till he like took a shower later, like because we were still little kids, and my dad was in there, and he was like crying. And my dad's like, "What's wrong with you?"
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong? Why are
Why
son?
are you still crying?
Nothing.
Why does your shoulder look like that?
Why are you standing like that?
Do you have any fun backyard wrestling stories? Basically, any?
Yeah, actually, I was like fresh into wrestling, and I was not a kid. I was an adult.
Grown
I
ass
was
man.
I was 21, 22 years old. I was at my parents' house, and they were gone for like a week. They went on vacation to like Cancun or something. So I threw a fucking party.
Hell
Fucking
yeah.
A.
Hell yeah.
I threw a
As you should.
big ass party, like not Project X, where like the house ends up like catching on fire
Right,
and type shit, but
Car in the pool.
there was a lot of fucking people there, bro.
Fuck yeah.
And so like the guy that I knew in high school that got me into wrestling, that like helped me get my foot in the door, he was also there. And then we were like in the kitchen, like hanging out, like whatever. And then one of our buddies like, I want you guys to both give me a chop. So we both like double chop him. And he's like, ah. And everyone's like, yeah. And I'm like, you guys want to see us wrestle? And then everyone's like, wow, just like going fucking nuts. So like we go to my bedroom and everyone goes outside. We figure out the match or whatever. And mind you, I'm fucking obliterated. I am fucked up.
I'm gonna drop kick you, and then you're gonna throw me.
And so
into
then
a-
like the excitement and the adrenaline starts going, so it kind of sobers me up, but I'm still like drunk. It's weird. It was a weird feeling, like a drunken like adrenaline rush. It was like, yeah, the only way I can explain it is that it was fucking weird. And so we go outside. I do like a full blown entrance with like the Bluetooth speaker outside and everything.
What was your song?
At the time it was Keys to the Kingdom by Linkin Park.
R.I.P.
So everyone there, mind you, there was like 200 people at my house.
Holy
And
shit.
it was not a big, it's not a big house.
200 people at this party.
I'm
Holy shit.
guesstimating there might have been more. And there was like people there that I didn't even fucking know that just heard about the party through other people.
God bless.
Luckily the house didn't get fucked up and nothing got stole. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Hey, thank you guys. Party, dude.
So cleanup was very easy.
Hell yeah.
So we get going and we have the match, and as he does his entrance, I'm like, come on, I'm doing like the Randy Orton. I'm down on the ground doing like the
little punches,
the punches to the
yeah.
ground, and then I turn around and I punch the fucking fence, and I punch a hole through the fucking fence. And I like later the next day when I'm sober, I fix it. But then like some wind comes and it like knocks that part of like the panel over. And my mom's like, oh, what happened to the fence? I was like, I don't know. I don't know what happened to it. I don't know.
Hole there.
I don't know. And so he saw it and he was like, oh, fuck. Whenever he saw me punch the hole. And then so we have the match. I fucking hit him. My finish at the time I used was the spear. So like I hit him with it. The crowd's 1, 2, 3. It goes crazy. And then I'm like, fuck yeah, let's do some shots. They get even louder. It was fucking nuts.
That sounds electric.
That's awesome, dude.
That's my one like backyard wrestling moment.
That's
because I was
awesome.
literally in my backyard.
Well, the match turned out well. Besides the whole
Yeah.
event, I mean, everything turned out. fucking-
Yeah, shout out
Do you
everybody.
think it turned out good, or did it actually turn out good? Was your drunk ass just thinking like, we're fucking killing this shit, dude?
I have no idea. Honestly, at the time, I didn't know really how to properly call matches, so we just started hitting moves on each other.
You all were just
Like
going
whenever
at
you're
it.
whenever you're playing the video game, you just start doing
spamming
moves.
it,
You start spamming the moves and shit like that. And then he's like, "Let's take it home." I was like, "All right, let's fucking do it." Because I'm hungry. I got some leftovers in the fridge.
I've had quite the workout with this goddamn backyard wrestling we got here.
I'll go take a nap after.
It was a fucking good time.
So we have a couple questions that we ask on this podcast as it's getting towards the end of it. And I want to ask the very first one here because I want to see what kind of person you are.
Oh boy.
When you wipe your butthole, are you a baller or are you a folder?
Whenever I was younger, I used to be just like wadded up. But as I've gotten older, like I kind of like fold it a little bit more.
Evolution of a man.
So he's a half.
No, he
no,
matured.
no.
He
Are you-
matured.
no, right now, if you had to go take a poo-poo and you're going to wipe your butthole, are you folding?
Like I fold it so it can like a good clean swipe
I
through.
would imagine so. Yeah, that's what happens when you fold the
Yeah.
toilet paper and you wipe.
Because if you
that.
wad it up, it kind of just smears and it doesn't actually clean anything.
Playing with fire.
No, it
yeah.
doesn't.
Nothing beats a good old bird bath, though. You stick your fingers
Said
in.
no, it
you stick your
doesn't.
fingers in the water.
So you would say people that ball it now should probably just grow up and fold the the toilet paper?
Yeah, if I can grow up and fold it, everyone else should be able to. Because I'm just a big fucking child.
There you go, Nick. There's some words of advice for
Fucking
you.
bird
Throw
bath
the
from that
fuck
shit
up.
from now on.
Or you could just get a bidet, and and just. That's amazing if you've never used one. I love
I
it.
need to
Rather
get one.
bird
For
bath.
years, I've been wanting to get
I
one.
got-
You can get one on Amazon for like
I know.
$40.
It's too
Yeah,
Dude,
but
I got
bird
hit with
baths
a bidet one
Bird
time,
baths
bro.
are free, dude.
No, it's not the same. I'm not fucking putting my hand up in like down there where I just shit and pissed. That's gross.
You wipe your butt from the front?
It ain't much.
No,
but it's
I'm just
honest
like
work.
if he's
I
talking
was
about
like,
bird
wait a
bathing-
minute. You wipe your butt from the front? Oh
No,
my god!
I got. You see these short ass arms? I can't do that.
said
I wouldn't
that.
reach it.
Oh my god!
I wouldn't
made
reach it.
this. Oh man, what was this joke this one time? He's like, I haven't seen a taco this shitty since my wife started wiping back to front. I'm like, bro, that's so gross.
It's
Ew.
disgusting.
Oh,
Imagine you get it caught underneath your balls, dude. You're like in that little
The
crevice.
talking about shit reminds me of a story that a couple of us we were out in Iowa.
okay.
We go out there early to do some last minute street team stuff, hang out flyers and stuff like that. Some last minute marketing to get extra asses in the seats, Mm-hmm. And so like we get finished with that, and like we usually will like have a drink, like a shot and like one drink as we're like going through and doing it, because then like we know later in the night we're gonna just like hang out and just like fuck around and do whatever.
Right.
This particular night we just got like stupid fucking hammered. And so like we got back to like where we were staying, and like we drank some like expensive ass whiskey that Sammy's brother gave us.
Shout out.
And it was like a $600 bottle of whiskey or something like that.
Holy shit!
And that didn't last 30 minutes.
You didn't treat it like a $600.
No, we did not. We did not. We fucking downed that bitch. And I fucking fall asleep in the recliner, and then it's like it's late as shit, by the way. And then everyone kind of falls asleep, and then I get woken up from Sammy going, Crash. I'm like, what? Like I'm trying to fucking sleep. He's like, he's shitting in the trash can. I'm like, what? What? He's like, he's shitting in the trash can in the kitchen. I'm like, what? He's like, come here, help me. I'm like, help you do what? So
motherfucker needs help aiming.
so
Get in here.
well, a turd did get on the floor. So that was a cleanup job. So I go in there, and this motherfucker is like tiptoed up, like his butt is like on the fucking rim of the trash can. It's like those like in like the Rubbermaid, like the big trash
Yeah.
cans. Like he's tiptoed up on that, just shitting.
Why
And
did
there's multiple there's bathrooms in that place, and where we were staying, like I don't know why his drunk ass decided to just go to the kitchen and just like shit. And
I'd be so mad.
it was just
Oh my god.
we all became way closer friends after that.
I'd imagine. Jesus.
I would have made
Yeah.
bro clean that poop off that floor.
That reminds me of
I would
my.
have been like,
I had
pick
No,
up
if
the poop.
Sammy's brother would have woke up and saw that, he would have probably murdered all of us.
Oh no!
Because he's a former Marine type shit. So yeah,
Oh,
shit
yeah.
on the floor. There's shit in the kitchen.
Yeah, have you seen Dumb and Dumber? There's shit everywhere.
Everybody drank $600 bottle worth of just sober up. We gotta clean poop now.
My friend, when I was in high school, his name is Randy. He had a cat. When he was, I think he was slow. The cat was. Well, Randy wasn't the fastest either. But,
So Randy and his cat was
That
sitting
was
there.
fucking phenomenal.
well, anyways, he would have this cat, dude, and we would be getting drunk. And one time he walked into the litter box, and I guess this was a normal thing. He would stand in the litter box, but somehow shit outside of the litter box. Like he would stand in there, but pop his ass out and shit on the floor.
Oh my
The
god.
first time I saw that, dude, it blew my mind. And it was to him, it was just like a normal thing. He's like, "Stupid cat." I'm like, "What?" Just make a bigger litter box.
That
Like,
cat's dumb, but it was probably cute doing it. So
Hell yeah, just look it
Yeah.
up, just like
he's like,
Yeah,
hey
what?
dad,
Buries
I'm
nothing.
pooping.
I'm doing it right, Dad. No, you're not.
No.
Yes, I am.
Nope, not even a little bit.
All right, so the second question here that we have is, are you a Kool-Aid drinking man?
I love Kool-Aid.
Tell us, how do you properly make Kool-Aid?
So one of my favorite ways to make Kool-Aid is shout out to my oldest sister, her like ex-boyfriend.
Whole lot of steps there. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Ex-boyfriend, assistant.
he showed me the way that his mom would make Kool-Aid, and he mixed cherry and grape,
Okay.
the flavorings.
What?
Okay.
And
What?
obviously you put a fuck ton of sugar in it, and
Yeah.
it was the best like Kool-Aid I've ever had. in my
Cherry and
entire
grape?
life. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Gonna have to dabble with that.
You're
Gonna have to
changing the
dabble.
game.
Yeah, I'm a big grape guy.
Me too.
Call it Gary.
It's Gary.
That's Gary.
I'm drinking
Yeah.
Gary.
There we
I
go.
shouldn't yell that. Okay, that sounds a little different.
Pause.
Pause.
Wait a minute.
Hold up.
Okay. So in the process of if you got a jug, what are you throwing in first? What are you doing?
I put all the mixture of stuff in first.
All the mixture.
Yeah,
Okay.
then the water.
And then the
And
water.
then the sugar.
No, water, all that shit. Then the water.
Okay.
Man, I have to fucking piss.
You got a pee-pee?
I have to pee real bad.
All right, we got one more question. I know we had an urgent stop because you almost blew up from piss. So
I've had 4 of these Mickey boys.
Yeah, I've been feeding. I got the case over here for you. You said all I need is travel and I need some mix, and I was like, "Yo, I got you with the Mick Alts, dude. We are Mick Alt guys."
You gotta watch my figure.
There you go. We got the calorie counts. Got the calorie counts. One more for you here, and I got it. And it's we don't give the guests any sort of go ahead to figure out the answer or the question that you want to give. But on this one, we have cracking questions that the fans ask us and the fans send in, and we whatever, dirty, clean, anywhere in between. Now is the time for Crash Jaxon to ask us whatever question you want to ask to the goons. What question do you have for us?
Going back to toilet paper talk,
Oh, okay.
under or over?
Ooh.
Oh, under or over?
I prefer over, but if it's not my house, I follow suit. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I do that. I do that as
You
well.
would take the toilet
No.
paper off and
Oh,
switch it
no.
and go, no, fuck this shit. I got
No.
I
But-
used to do that. I used to do that.
You used to switch people's fucking toilet
Wait,
paper.
When I was
Are
done,
we-
I would switch it
Are we
back.
are we talking which way the roll goes?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant, do you put your arm back?
Oh no, no,
No.
no! I don't want to know that.
Yeah.
Definitely
I was like,
over.
what do you mean follow suit? Are you watching? I was so confused.
Maybe.
So toilet paper over or under on the roll?
It'll
Yeah.
always be over at my house.
Under. Always.
For years, I was under.
What stopped?
I'm an
I don't
over
know.
guy.
I
have
just
cats,
randomly.
and they can't claw it all down.
I don't
if
let
you
my
put it
cats in the
under.
Well, I
bathroom.
don't have cats.
I have 6 cats,
Cats do
and 2
do that.
dogs. But
Yeah.
God
I keep-
damn, you got animals, though.
Yup.
How many you got?
6 cats, 2 dogs.
Okay.
Which my new shirt that I just put out is me as a Pokemon trainer, and all of my animals are my Pokemon.
That's so sick.
Dope.
That's so sick. I love that. I'm definitely going over. I think under is a bit odd, to be honest with you. I don't know why. I just don't. I'm thinking about it more, and I'm like, I don't
For me, growing up, I'm pretty sure in my household, like living with my parents, we always did under.
Yeah, my
But like as
grandparents
I've
do
gotten
under.
older, I do over now. I don't know what like kind of like initiated the change, but I just started doing it.
That
I've done
little
it
rebellion.
under for
Rebellion.
forever, and the only thing I could figure out what it might be tied to is there's an episode of The Simpsons, and they like CPS comes into The Simpsons' house and like marks all the things that are wrong, and they said one of them was toilet paper was hung in an improper over the top fashion. So like that might be what set it in my head, and like it needs to go out the back. It's still there, yeah.
Wow.
Like every time I put the roll back on, I'm like improper over the top.
Really?
Improper
It's in
over the
there.
top.
All the time.
I know whenever I was younger, whenever I had it under, I would pull way too much. I would waste toilet
That
paper.
is true. Because every
No,
time
I
it's
pull
ever
less.
been in the house where it's under, I pull the fuck
You can
out
take
of
your
it.
other hand to stop it.
What are you gonna do? Two hands?
No, there's a fucking art to it where you can just kind of pull and wham with one hand.
Literally.
Yeah. Oh, no, dude.
It's all about that
Like the
whip.
Wheel of Fortune.
It's the side whip that stops
Every
it.
time that it's under, every time I try and do that, it doesn't work, and then I just fucking yank it.
Yeah, that's
dude.
when
Yeah.
That
think
or
it's
you
even just
gotta
like a forearm.
you gotta forearm it and then
Yeah.
reach under and pluck it.
Oh, I never did it with the same forearm. It's the other one.
Oh, you gotta get one hand.
Yeah, you're a 2-arm guy to rip the
Yeah,
toilet
yeah.
paper off. Oh my god, that's a lot
I
of movement.
appreciate whenever when I can go to bathrooms and the rolls in front of me and not off to the side.
Oh, mine is so off to the side. It's
Or
not even
behind
funny.
Oh,
Yeah,
mine in
yours is placed in
mine
the
in my
most
house is
dumb-
off to the side too.
Terrible spot.
Yeah, see, I put mine right by where like this arm. Is.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
See, no, mine.
brother.
But if I'm mine, I'm like this. I have to go like this.
Yeah, yours.
He has to go way behind.
Listen, whenever I freshly first broke my arm and I was in a cast and a sling like 90% of the time, I hated going to the bathroom. Like just to go pee or anything. It was because like 9 times out of 10, most of the bathrooms that I would go to, the roll would be on the left side and I'm like in a cast like this and I'm like doing this like awkward thing.
It's a big
I
ass
just take
dude
it
be
off.
trying to go all the way around the
When
toilet.
it's
to try and get
behind me
some
like
toilet
that, I
paper.
just take it off if I can.
I started
just take it off the
doing that
roll,
because
put it on my
I got
knee.
really annoyed with
I'd
having to like
imagine.
turn like that.
Goodness gracious. Yeah, that'd be ridiculous right there. I don't know if you want to bust this out or not. You mentioned it to me earlier before we end this off. You said you brought your suitcase down. You brought some stuff. 'Cause I said that you could bring some stuff you want to, and you said you had some stuff. I don't know if you got some stuff. You got some stuff?
I got all kinds of stuff.
What do you got?
I got T-shirts. I got some stickers.
Okay.
I got these like banners that a fan made for me and sent them to me for free. Shout out.
Okay.
Shout out, fan.
I have his business card in the suitcase.
Hell yeah.
Or whatever. So he made them so I could try to help make some money while I was out with my injury.
Hell yeah. But before we wrap this up, hey, go ahead and grab what you got for the travel pack. There you go. Hey, there's the kid there.
Sitting pretty.
Hell yeah. And while he's grabbing that shit real quick, guys, again, November 17th, there's a comedy show in Fremont, Ohio at the
There is,
Moonshine
there
Comedy
is.
Club. Make sure you guys are buying your tickets. This is airing on Monday. The show is on this Friday. On Friday, we are going to have the comedians of the show on the episode to promote. It's going to be super fucking fun. Friday. It's going to be super sick. It's going to be such a good show, and I cannot wait to see everybody there. Again, hosting it. It's going to be fucking terrifying and everything of that nature.
Speaking of
What's that?
the Pokemon shirt,
Oh, the Pokemon shirt is right here. Hold on, I want to see it first, guys.
it's
Fuck
got
you.
left chest.
Dude, that's so fucking
is
cool. That's the
nice.
back.
Let me see, let me
Here's the back of it right here.
Oh, I
That's so sick. And the front, Crash Jaxon right on the name right there for a pocket logo.
love it. Like it.
Whole lot of dude underneath of it. That's so sick. I love that.
That's dope.
I got this boy right here. It's the inverse of the shirt that I'm currently wearing.
Okay.
And then this
Hell
one
yeah.
is the one that I'm wearing. That one glows in the dark.
Oh shit, dude, the merch is sick. Check
And
this.
I also have this one right here.
Come back
so
into cam.
sick.
Come back into the camera. Drop that shirt. Let's see what that is.
So it's an old design. I thought I was completely sold out of these.
Okay.
But I found it at home, and this. It changes
Oh,
colors.
it's heat sensitive.
Oh, what? Oh my God, it does.
It's kind of cold, so like it needs like heat to like turn into blue. So it goes from like
Oh, look at that.
Okay.
That's so sick,
Oh, look at it change
dude.
it too. This is
That's
sick.
a nice blue.
Dude,
And
this is so sick.
That's super unique.
the sick thing about it is we make these at my house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, this is sick.
Dude, that's
That
so
is
cool.
really cool.
That is awesome. How the fuck did you do that?
It's just the vinyl. And then you have like a Cricut or something.
Yeah.
And it cuts it out and then heat transfer it onto the shirt.
Dude, that is awesome. Oh, everybody, round of applause. Crash Jaxon on the Boogered Up podcast. It has been a fucking great time. Let everybody know where they can
That was
buy this merch,
disgusting, dude.
where they can find your fucking
was
next show.
disgusting.
I know
Fuck
you
your
might not
face.
have that book, where they can send
I
it to
wouldn't
you.
let you
Go
with
fund
that
me.
full job.
Where can they find you?
Find me on all the socials at the Crash Jaxon. That's
whoop.
Jaxon. You know, I have a big problem with people misspelling it,
Oh.
but I appreciate over there on the board that you spelled it correctly.
Bam, boom, there you are.
Much love.
Got you.
I thought that's how it was always spelled.
Yeah, but like
You'd imagine, right?
You
No,
imagine,
not
but I've been to a
always.
bunch of wrestling promotions, and then I see the match Like I'm watching the match back, and then on like the lower third, whenever they put my name on the entrance, they spelled it wrong.
How they spell it? Ian?
Like
CKSON.
CKSON, or they add a S in it. It's Jackson, not It sounds like Jackson when I say it because I have a fucking lisp. So Jackson. So you know, but it's just Jackson.
One time it's just JACTHON.
Like it's that's been an annoying struggle. And then they tag me on social media where it's spelled correctly, and then they still misspell it. So like I don't understand it. But you can find me on all the socials on that. I've been uploading one of my matches weekly on my YouTube channel. You can search Crash Jaxon on YouTube and find that.
Yeah.
Also TikTok, Instagram, all the other shit at the Crash Jaxon. My merch store, these particular designs are only in person. So like each of my merch stores have exclusive designs.
Oh shit.
So it gives people a reason to check out the different ones, So like my pro wrestling tee stores have designs that are only on pro wrestling tees.
Okay.
And then my Teespring store is only like those designs are only on there.
Okay.
And then like in person, those designs are only here. And then I just got, I haven't set it up yet, but I got invited to Fourth Wall.
Okay.
To open up a store on there too, and like a bunch of like big time creators are on there, like Philip DeFranco and guys like that are on there.
You're doing big shit.
So that's pretty fucking sick. I haven't got it set up yet, so I'm thinking of maybe putting these designs onto that store, and so then in person we'll have new stuff.
Awesome.
So then it kind of gives like exclusivity to each thing.
Awesome. Well, hey, round of applause, Crash Jaxon on the pod. Thank you so much. Make sure you're following him. Make sure you're watching the matches if you're a wrestling fan. Dude's a stud. Absolute killer in the ring. Make sure you guys aren't doing anything we wouldn't do. We will catch you guys on Friday. Peace.